A recent poll for Pearson by Bristow Thinks revealed that testing is one of the most pressing concerns for parents, teachers and school leaders.
I think the landscape has changed so much in the last few years, and it's a really powerful time for teachers to grasp the nettle really and take control of it in their own classrooms.
I think it's really important that we talk about assessment now because it's changed so much since I've been in teaching. I've only been teaching for 4 years, 2 of those in secondary, 2 in primary.
Pearson and LKMco therefore believe that it's time to lead a national conversation on the future of assessment to ask whether these negative attitudes are inevitable or whether they could change.
I think that the teacher's workload is significant, and we need to make sure that any assessment that we do is worthwhile. And I think in that respect we need to make sure that teachers are well supported and well trained in terms of understanding what it means to assess a child.
Well, we surveyed parents, and many parents told us it was one of their top concerns about education, particularly parents of primary age children who are concerned about the pressure that tests put on their children.
Schools often don't communicate effectively with parents, so parents hear a lot of things through children.
What's undoubtedly true is that we put children, for better or worse, into into assessment situations where they feel very stressed because they're perceived as being high stakes.
Part of the problem may be to do with assessment trying to serve a multitude of purposes, which can at times become entangled. We therefore want to explore whether the balance between assessment for learning, assessment for qualifications and assessment for accountability can be redressed.
We need to be really honest about what assessments are for, and at every level. So we've got to differentiate between when we're using an assessment for some sort of accountability purpose and when we're using it really to evaluate learning or to try to do that. When we're honest about those things, then actually we can use those purposefully for the right reasons.
I think it comes down to consistency. We have so many systems.
So it's going to take a concerted effort from all sorts of stakeholders.
Finally, we want to explore assessment in practice, including the role of teachers, and explore how assessment could be made more efficient and more effective.
The main thing for teachers is to be able to use assessment in the classroom to identify how they can help move children's learning on.
We live in a period of time where there's technological change, and that technological change provides fantastic new opportunities for schools to be able to judge how well children are learning things and what they know against benchmarking against other schools like them.
I think it's for everybody to be innovating in assessment, but particularly I'd like teachers to take control of things and to be given the freedom to do that in their classrooms for their subjects, for their children.
I think also in terms of innovation we have to look further afield than our own country. We've got to see what other systems work around the world.
Private sector necessarily cannot impose burdens on schools. If schools don't like what private sector assessment companies are doing, that's fine, they don't have to use them. And that's the nice thing about commercial assessment companies, is that they have a huge incentive to develop things that teachers really like and are useful to them.
We want everyone to be involved, including parents, teachers, pupils and school leaders. So please leave us a response to the consultation questions by visiting the Testing the Waters mini-site, dropping us an email at info@lkmco.org or by coming along to one of our upcoming consultation events.
An assessment really just defines what somebody knows at one point in time. If you like, it's a snapshot of what they know at that point in time. It doesn't define everything that somebody knows, let alone somebody's worth. That context is vitally important to keep in mind as we look at how assessments are used in the education system.